I'm going to walk you through something most people never think about until they have to. What actually happens when someone dies unexpectedly. Every year, hundreds of thousands of deaths fall into a special category that triggers a complex investigation. These are not just medical events, they are legal cases. The system that handles them sits at the intersection of medicine, law enforcement, and public health. When medicine and law intersect, you get a specialized field designed to answer 3 critical questions about any unexpected death. Who is this person? What caused their death? And under what circumstances did it happen? These aren't academic questions. They determine whether families get closure, whether crimes get prosecuted, whether public health threats get identified. The scope is enormous. Sudden deaths, violent deaths, suspicious deaths, deaths in custody, even deaths during medical procedures. Now, who decides which deaths get investigated? The answer varies by location, but generally any death that occurs without a physician present to certify natural cause falls into this system. We call these medically unattended deaths. A person collapses at home with no prior diagnosis. Someone dies in a car crash. An overdose victim is found unresponsive. All of these trigger the medico-legal machinery. I need to introduce you to the key players, because the system relies on distinct roles that often get confused. First, the Medicolegal Death Investigator. This is the person who responds to scenes, often 24/7. They take the initial call, travel to where the body is, assess the scene, photograph everything, interview witnesses, and collect preliminary evidence. Their job is to be the eyes and ears before any medical examination happens. They're documenting context that can't be recreated later. Body position, room temperature, medications on the nightstand, signs of struggle or distress. Then there's the coroner. In many U.S. jurisdictions, coroners are elected officials. What's surprising is they often don't need medical training. Some are funeral directors, some are former law enforcement, some come from completely unrelated backgrounds. Their authority comes from statute, not medical school. The system varies wildly. Some counties have sophisticated coroner offices with full teams. Others have part-time coroners juggling the role with other jobs. I want to contrast that with the medical examiner system, because this is where qualifications change dramatically. A medical examiner is a physician, almost always a forensic pathologist with years of specialized training. They're appointed, not elected, and they bring medical expertise to every determination. In ME systems, the person making the final call about cause and manner of death has performed thousands of autopsies, understands pathology at a cellular level, and can testify as an expert in court. Now let's define what triggers these investigations. Medically unattended doesn't mean no one was present. It means no physician was actively treating the condition that caused death. An elderly man with heart disease dies in his sleep, but his cardiologist hasn't seen him in 6 months? That's medically unattended. A young woman collapses at a gym with no known medical history? Definitely medically unattended. Even some hospital deaths fall into this category if they happen shortly after admission, before a diagnosis is established. I want to take you through what happens at a death scene, because this is where the investigation truly begins. The investigator's first priority is safety. Are there weapons, hazardous materials, structural dangers? Next comes coordination with law enforcement or EMS for official pronouncement of death. Then the meticulous work starts. Photographs from every angle, body temperature, rigor mortis assessment, liver mortis patterns, documentation of injuries, clothing, and anything that might be transient evidence. Once jurisdiction is established and the body is transported, we enter the autopsy phase. This isn't a single procedure, it's a protocol with distinct goals. The external examination documents every mark, every scar, every injury. The internal examination systematically explores organs, looking for disease, trauma, or abnormality. Samples go to histology for microscopic analysis and toxicology for drug and chemical screening. The investigator maintains chain of custody for evidence. I need to explain how we get from observations to official conclusions, because there's a framework that governs this. Investigators establish jurisdiction based on legal criteria. Was the death sudden, violent, suspicious, or unattended? They notify law enforcement if there are criminal indicators, EMS if pronouncement is needed, hospitals if the death occurred there. Identification is its own critical process. Visual ID by family is the simplest but not always reliable. Fingerprints work if the person is in a database. Dental records require comparison. I want to clarify the distinction between cause and manner of death, because they're not the same thing. Cause is the medical reason, acute myocardial infarction, or gunshot wound to the chest. Manner is the legal classification, natural, accident, suicide, homicide, or undetermined. After all examinations conclude, the final report synthesizes everything: scene investigation, autopsy findings, lab results, and investigator narrative. I've shown you a system that most people hope never to encounter personally, but one that serves all of us. Medico-legal death investigation isn't about suspicion, it's about certainty. It's about giving families answers, giving prosecutors evidence, giving public health officials data, and giving society accountability. The investigators, coroners, medical examiners, and lab technicians who do this work operate with a singular goal: establishing the truth about how and why someone died. In the end, that truth serves justice, closure, and the living.